Hi everyone, my name is Rose and welcome to my YouTube channel. I will say a very thank you to all our subscribers and welcome again to new subscribers and existing one. So if you have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button on the notification bell so that you are aware when we post another video. Now to today's topic, we're going to be talking about three things that you need to pay attention to in that offer letter. So the thing is, why offer letters are really good. I mean, the excitement that comes with it. We get a new offer, we're very happy, and we don't take our time to look at some of the terms and conditions written therein. And at the end of the day, when we resume that work and we are hold by our obligation based on what we have signed in the offer letter, it becomes an issue. So that is why we have decided to talk about three things that you need to pay attention to when you are being given that very juicy offer and you are so excited to go into that new company and start a new career with them. One of the things you need to look at is the pay. Now, I say this with all sense of accuracy as an HR professional, but we get this thing every now and then. When you're being given your offer letter, rather, so people do not really pay attention to it; they just look at it in the surface. But the thing is, you should really take your time to look at it, especially if you are in employment in Nigeria. Take your time to look at the pay structure that is on your offer letter, if possible. Ask that is broken down for you so that you understand some of the aggregates that makes up that lump sum that is written on your offer letter. So what I mean by that is that know what percentage forms your basic salary, know what percentage forms your housing, your transportation, and other allowances, and your tax, your pension, as the case may be, and what is the end point, the net pay that is going to hit your account. Yes, so you need to pay attention to that. So all this information might not be written in your offer letter, but when you get it, please make sure you call to ask for this information. At the very least, ensure you ask of your net pay. That is the amount that is going to hit your account, to avoid story that touch in the future, so that we don't have this misunderstanding in the future. Ensure you ask that question, very important when it comes to your pay, so that you don't start being disgruntled and say, this is not what they told me, this is not what I was told, I thought it was this. Especially in the case of gross and net salary, is a very important issue and a very serious issue when it comes to employment in Nigeria between the employer and the employee. So that is why you have to pay attention to your salary when you are giving an offer letter. Number two that you need to pay attention to is the termination clause on your offer letter. Why this is important is because at the end of the day, when there is need for you to leave the company, either voluntary or involuntary, you need to know the terms and conditions that guides it. You need to know the notification period and the numbers of days you need to give in the case of voluntary or involuntary. So what I mean by voluntary and involuntary is a situation whereby if it is voluntary, it means that the employee is resigned. And if it is involuntary, it means that your employment is being terminated. So you need to pay attention to that, so that in any of these cases, if it happens, if it is the employer that is, terminating the employment contract between you and the company, you need to know if they actually follow through with the agreement that was signed. And if it is you that wants to, terminate the existing contract, you need to know so that you know how to give the notice period. Because we have too many cases of people who just wake up one morning and they just leave the company without prior notice, and it leads to bad blood between the employer and the employee. So you need to pay attention. Some terms and conditions in termination clause Some might require you to give 1 month, some might require you to give 2 weeks, some might require you to give 1 week, some might require you to give 3 months, some might require you to even give 6 months. But these are dependent on the role that you are occupying and also dependent on the company. It's also dependent on how important that role is to the company. So pay attention to it. If you know that in the employment contract they're asking you that if you are confirmed you have to give 3 months and you think 3 months is too long, you can negotiate at that point. Do not just sign and say I think 3 months is too much. They might give a counter offer or give you a reason why it is 3 months. They might give 1 month and you think 1 month is too small. But if you look at it and you think whatever condition that they give to you in your terms and conditions are very okay, then you can go ahead and sign. Now, the last reason what you need to pay attention to in your offer letter is non-disclosure and non-compete. Yes. Now, why non-disclosure and non-compete are very good, but some are very malicious that stop the employee from, working with prospective, employers in the future. For example, if I've built my career in a particular space, let's take the fintech space for instance. If I've built my career in the fintech space, and you're telling me that because I've worked with you, and if I'm leaving because I hold a certain position in your company, if I'm leaving, I cannot work with another fintech company for XYZ amount of years or a particular line of fintech. I think that we need to read it very, very well, the non-disclosure and non-compete, and know the things that we can take and the things we cannot take, then we renegotiate, and that is put into the contract. Do not just sign a blank non-compete or a blank non-disclosure just like that. Ensure you go through it thoroughly and ensure that it is in sync with your career path and what you've done before accepting that offer. I hope today's topic has been helpful to you. So please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on like, and don't forget to share with your friends and family. Stay tuned for our next topic.